everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my video. So now I will read you which is the next series of the long series My Pet Slime. So there's a lot of part in the series. And this is you can see it's kind of green. It's not um it's green, so it's not the usual color that we see. So now let's read. Epic Originals present My Pet Slime 2 Cosmo to the Rescue, Book 4 by Courtney Scheinmel, illustrated by Rainy Kurilla, performed by Huyen. Chapter 1 Wow and Pow. At the end of each day, my dad likes to ask me what my wow and pow were. The wow means the best part of your day. The pow means the worst part. Want some examples? Well, if you had a mostly bad day because you dropped your lunch in the mud on the way to school and your teacher made you feel bad in front of the whole class because you forgot to do your spelling homework and it was still raining on the way home, your wow could be something small like at least your umbrella didn't break. Or if you had a mostly good day because the sun was shining and it was your birthday and you got all the presents you wished for, plus the world's most delicious cake. Your pal can be something as teeny tiny as getting a paper cut from the wrapping paper. Sometimes it's hard to decide what my wows and pals are, and I have to think really hard to come up with something. But today I didn't have to think hard at all. My wow was, I have a new pet. I made him himself out of slime. I know. A slime pet doesn't sound like a real pet, but Cosmo is real. That's his name. By the way, Cosmo. He's as friendly as a hamster, and he can do tricks like a dog, but mostly he likes to cuddle with me. I'd never had a pet before. I never had a pet before, and having Cosmo is the wowest wow I've ever had. But my pal was, my grandma was missing. My parents are pretending that it's not a big deal. They say Grandma Sadie takes mysterious trips all the time without telling us where she's going. That part is true. Grandma works at Astroblast Explorers, and her job is to go out and explore space. She's not allowed to talk about it much. But her boss at Astroblast Explorers always knows where she is, even if she doesn't tell us. Except not this time. Her boss called Mom and said that Grandma Sadie didn't show up to work. Grandma's boss doesn't know where she is. No one knows where she is. I know my parents are scared, even if they won't admit it. I'm scared too. It's the powerest pal I've ever had. Sometimes when your pal is really bad, it's hard to be excited about your wow, no matter how big of a wow it is. That's how I was feeling. I loved Cosmo so much, but he couldn't distract me from being worried about Grandma Sadie. Mom and Dad told me it was time for bed. They each came in to say goodbye. Good night, Mom rubbed my back, which is what she does when I'm having trouble falling asleep. I closed my eyes and breathed a little bit deeper, so she'd think I was sleeping. She gave me a kiss on the forehead and walked out the door. I heard the click of the door closing and opened my eyes. Cosmo? I said. He gurgled from under my bed, and I reached down to pick him up. Mom and Dad thinks Cosmo is just a blob of slime and not a real pet. That's because he comes alive only for me and not for anyone else. Oh, except for Claire. She's the most popular kid in my class at school. For some reason, Cosmo comes alive for her too. I wanted to figure out why, but I was too busy worrying about Grandma Sadie to think about it. Grandma Sadie is the reason you're here, I told Cosmo. Did you know that? Cosmo gurgled. Did that mean yes or no? I wasn't sure, so I decided to explain it to him. Yesterday, I made slime in my room. I'm not allowed to make slime in my room, but that's not the important part of this story. What's important is that I shaped my slime into something that looked like a pet. It was the size of a kitten, but rounder, with big eyes, a teeny mouth, and arms just long enough to give hugs. That probably sounds familiar because I was making you. I squeezed Cosmo closer, and he hugged me back. Oh, you're the coziest pet ever, I said. But at first I didn't think you were a real pet because, well, slime isn't usually alive. Then Grandma Sadie came over for dinner. She'd been on a trip to a secret destination in space, and she brought me back a present. Cosmo gurgled. I'm pretty sure he was asking, what was the present? I'll tell you what it was, I said. It was space dust. The thing about space dust is that it looks a lot like regular dust. But regular dust isn't that special. So at first I wasn't excited. But when I got into bed, I heard a strange sound coming from the bottle of space dust. I got up to check things out. That's when I noticed that the dust started glowing. I opened the bottle. The dust flew out and landed on you. You were just a blob back then, but you sparkled and turned alive. So you see, Cosmo, Grandma, it didn't really give me dust as a present. She gave me a new best friend. Cosmo and I cuddled some more. It felt really cozy. I closed my eyes and tried to go to sleep, but it was no use. I'm really worried about Grandma Sadie, I said, opening my eyes again. I have to do something about it. Will you help me? Cosmo gurgled, and I knew he meant yes. So that's all of it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any of Cosmo and Piper's adventures. Bye. Goodbye.